It's safe to say this pathetic excuse of an IRL streamer is now desperate after destroying his career and losing his now ex-girlfriend, as he's now doing more and more reckless stuff in the name of content and, I guess, getting back the attention of his ex-girlfriend. Jack Doherty just casually live streamed himself breaking into someone else's house because, I guess, harassing people for content doesn't cut it anymore.
Sorry, little house. Security camera. Oh, wait, maybe this isn't good, Jack. Oh, wait, yeah, maybe not.
What?
Maybe not. His camera.
Oh. There we go.
Bold move to do that in Florida. I swear, this dude is just inching closer and closer to Darwinism by the day. But after dodging any real consequences for years, Jack's new strategy is, I guess, to just outright livestream himself committing felonies. However, today's video isn't just about like one stupid decision. There's a handful of stuff to talk about. So first, what happened? Well, Jack is now back in Florida, and on May 10th, 2025, during one of his streams outside, he decided to make a small visit to the neighborhood of the house that he used to rent in 2021, which is now someone else's home.
I used to walk here all the time, and I'd be like, ooh, dude, this is Michael, were you friends with me at this house?
I've been here.
I would wear all my jewelry, no security guard, be a drunk ass. I don't remember half the nights, like I lived at this house and I got so drunk. Just kidding, I wasn't like an alcoholic, but like one month, like that's it, we had one crazy month, spring break, whatever. But like, bro, no one ever touched me or took my. But I would literally live right here, we would walk here all the time, took Ubers out, sweat, concrete. That was fun. I was like 18. I was 18 when I moved here.
Yeah. This is crazy.
Yeah. Now I'm 21. 3 years later, I copped the crib in Florida. I should have copped the crib when I moved here. I could have bought my house in cash just using all the rent money I spent the past couple of years being here. But hey.
Probably could have.
So this house that we're going to right now is $10,500 a month in rent. Which isn't that bad.
After he arrives, he talks about his last memories living there, reliving moments, and taking his audience on a tour, showing where the things used to be.
Should we knock on the door?
Yeah, maybe. It's like 10 o'clock. My neighbors on the left side hated me, like right here.
Really?
Right there, they hated me.
Wow, this is crazy.
Guys, like this is my OG house. Look like no one's living here. No way.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be so quick to assume that here. I mean, it's nighttime. It's the summer. Sunset's pretty late now. What if it's just a family with young kids that went to bed early?
I lived in this house 3 years ago when I first came to Florida. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Gassing?
No, we're good. All right.
Guys, I moved into this house 3 years ago when I first moved to Florida. And I lived here for like 10 months. And then it flooded on me. And then there was a crazy storm. And there was water up to here. Like there was water all the way up to here. And then we would walk. We had to walk out of the house and evacuate with like the dogs and like we were taking the dogs. We'd walk all the way down the road, like mile down the road in waist deep of water, not even knowing where we were going because it was just insane. This whole entire neighborhood flooded, except that house. That house didn't get touched. It was elevated.
So at this moment, he believes no one's currently living there. So he decides he's gonna go finesse the fence gate, kind of wrench it open a bit, even though his cameraman reasonably recommends him to absolutely not do that since, you know, there's cameras everywhere. But he does it anyway.
Sorry, little house.
Security camera. Oh, wait, maybe this isn't good, Jack.
I'm already used to getting the gate.
Oh, wait, yeah, maybe not.
What?
Maybe not. His camera.
Bro, what are you doing?
This is OD.
This isn't him just being silly. He's live streaming himself breaking into a property. At this point, like, there's just a handful of IRL streamers having one big stupid off. Like, it's just this big game of whoever can do the dumbest thing possible and label it content.
Yeah. Ah. Thank you.
Okay, at this point it's getting ridiculous. Like, if you're a homeowner looking at the security camera footage, you are 100% thinking you're being robbed. I mean, you have a whole van driver in what you could think could be a getaway vehicle. Pull up, throw a flashlight to them as they're trying to get into your back door. And again, this is happening in Florida. So he was lucky nobody was home, because if they were, things could have gotten real ugly real quick in the name of self-defense.
Oh, it's right there. Look, you see it? Right here, look, up more. It's that right there. That thing to pull.
You're on this side.
It's right here. Check, I'm looking at it. Look, the thing to pull. See it right there?
I don't see it. There we go.
Yeah, that's not even just trespassing. That would be the case if the gate was open and he just entered the property without the owner's permission. But the moment he jumped over that gate and unlocked it from the inside, he committed breaking and entering. That right there is a felony in most states, definitely in Florida, classified as a third-degree felony. So after he breaks it open, he takes us on a short little walkthrough of his OG house. And I guess this time from the inside before they all turn around and start running away from there.
Dude, this light's insane. No, they're breaking in. Chris, you go first.
No, I'm scared.
This is my old backyard, bro. Look at it.
Oh, they put the net.
Yo, there's a guy at the guest house here. It was vibe. I would jump off the roof into the pool every day. But let's go before we all die. Cool house, alright? Guys, jumping, break and enter. We're trespassing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you already did that by spending like 5 minutes trying to open that gate. But that quick shot for the stream is what he committed a felony for. Just this quick little pan. They ran out back and they were like, oh, yeah, I jumped off that roof and into the pool. Remember that, guys? Yeah, it was really cool back in the day. Well, that's massively absolutely not worth it in my book and could have easily just been done in a recap. It's not like this guy doesn't have an editor. He could be like, hey, play the clip of me jumping from the roof into the pool. And just like that, you didn't have to commit a felony. Instead, you committed a felony to, I guess... Actually, I don't know why he committed a felony. What for that shot? Really? Okay.
Sure. Wait, shut that. No, you're good. Let's go.
Sorry.
That's scary.
The stupidity of this guy baffles me sometimes. If you want to go down memory lane, by all means, react to your old videos. You have so much footage of you living there. Why aren't you just doing that? Why do you want to break into your old house? I guess Jack is just on a mission to be content for commentary channels forever, because what is this, man? But I guess after sticking around a little more to smoke, he asked his bodyguards to, ding-dong ditch his old neighbor, because I guess he's still a child. We actually knew this, but still, this guy will not grow up whatsoever. Apparently, he had beef back in 2021 with his old neighbor. Surprise, surprise, this guy has beef with everyone, because apparently nobody ever has a pleasant experience dealing with this guy.
Ding-dong ditch. Should I ding-dong ditch my old neighbor that hates me?
Yo, you deadass shouldn't just hop in the whip.
You think?
Yeah, then we do it.
I'll blame it on Dave. Dave, can you go ding-dong ditch him, please? Please? Please. Which one? Right there, right there.
Holy shit, look at that guy's TV, it's huge.
Go away.
Yeah, you can see it from all over here.
Good, look. Guys, they shoot him. Every day, chat.
Should we go have a genuine conversation with him though? Oh, he did it. He deadass did it, man.
Holy shit, he really just done it. He lied, he dropped his phone, They're gonna see you on the ring bell. Cooked on the ring bell.
Right. Okay. So during a conversation with his cameraman while reminiscing about the good old days, the guy suggested, hey, you want to give this neighbor $10,000 for that? But Jack said that he would have done it back when he was making more money.
$10K for what? Being a
Yeah.
Alright, bet. That's something I would do.
So,
The jokes. Back when the income was a little higher, you know? Would have done that. These days?
It's kind of funny to watch Jack saying stuff like that. I mean, the guy is 21, barely old enough to legally drink, and he's already talking about the glory days of making a bunch of money. But I guess what is kind of ironic is for some reason, after that moment of him essentially stalking the FaZe clan and showing up to their house, they've just been sworn enemies since. I guess that one moment of FaZe Rain ignoring him as he drove by Jack in his Audi R8 turned Jack into that kid from The Incredibles who then became a villain.
Fly home, buddy. I work alone.
It tore me apart, but I learned an important lesson. You can't count on anyone, especially your heroes.
Well, we'll get into that shortly. So this brings us to a bigger picture, because remember, Jack's financial situation, as he says, is no longer what it used to be. And there's a very particular reason for that, because his income has lowered recently because, let's remember, McKinley broke up with him. So we think. It seems like it, at least. Who knows? This might all just be one massive psyop to promote their OFs. They're definitely playing the long game if that's true, but who knows? You never know with these kind of people. But either way, Jack did not handle it well at all.
She just called the cops on me, packed all her, took her car, everything. Insane, bro. I can't believe I dated that for the past 2 years, bro. It doesn't even seem real. Oh, she's been plotting this for a minute. This used me for money. For real. For sure. I never thought it would be possible, but it's obvious. It's like no flips like that in 24 hours, changed their passwords to absolutely everything.
The guy essentially had a complete meltdown about how fake girls were, mainly because his income was, it was about to decrease. And he said that he wasn't going to be making the same amount of money anymore.
Girls are the fake that you guys wouldn't even believe it. I thought everything was okay. Instead of talking to me, this has been plotting the past 24 hours. She changed all of her passwords to all of her social media accounts that I blew the up because she's my girlfriend. And she just took, evil, bro, evil. She just took $500,000 a month from me. Evil, bro. She's been plotting. She used me the past 2 years to. I can't believe I'm so mad. This is like the last, actual, real person I thought I had in my life. 24 hours gone like that.
He said that he abandoned all of his projects because he sacrificed his businesses. Businesses, by the way, consisted of, harassing strangers on the street and then hiding behind his bodyguard. Actually, that was just his hobby. That wasn't even his business. Or, well, I guess he was making some money from it, but more hobby money. His real business was managing OF girls, and he allegedly ditched all these other OF girls to make McKinley his only business. It's so bizarre just calling women businesses like that, because it's a slippery slope. But essentially his business was, commoditizing these women's bodies and pimping them out. And then to make things even worse, when you realize who watches Jack, kids, that's who's being advertised this crap to. Overall, safe to say, not a fan. Clearly, this breakup is still majorly affecting him, even though he already has a new girl, because he keeps complaining about throwing all this money away on his ex-girlfriend.
I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on this girl. I spent 800 days in a row with this girl, and this is how I get treated. What the?
Yeah, dude says all girls are fake and then proceeds to keep throwing money at his current girlfriend.
How much does this one cost? Let's add it up.
You only spent 6 or 7K at Louis.
I took her to LA. I'm taking her to Dubai. I also just sent her 50K recently. So about 100K in the first couple of weeks. That's not that bad, right?
I have never seen someone compensate more with money for a lack of personality than this dude. But I guess this whole shtick is very amped up now because he really needs to show that he still has money now with all these public financial L's he's been taking recently. And he also keeps on saying that he's learned his lesson now.
I'm happy that happened in a way where it's I learned my lesson in the best possible outcome. No one got seriously injured.
Meanwhile, he's out here spending $500,000 to buy 2 chains, allegedly, if that's even true, despite his numerous complaints about money and despite confirming that his chain robbery was real and not staged.
Now you've got a new chain now.
Yes, sir.
What is that, princess cut baguettes, or what is, what do you call that?
Emeralds and diamonds.
Man, that is insane, bro. Let me ask you this, man. I'm watching the Nelk Boys podcast. And they're basically saying that everything was set up and that it wasn't real and that you were doing it for content. Is that true?
No, it's not true at all. There's a police report. We had a million cops on Rodeo Drive. They shut down a whole entire store just to do the swab my everything and stuff. Bro, if we set it up, we would have had the video by now. But it's we have to go through attorneys and stuff and get the video. It's a whole process and stuff. But I'm gonna get the video eventually, and everyone's gonna be all right, it was real. But
even though, if you look at the comments of my video on that, a lot of people think it's fake, including Nico Linard, who is a famous watch collector. Because the thing that set him off was, why was the extremely expensive watch not stolen off his wrist? I don't know. There could be some reasons for it. I think that the chains are just easier to grab. And number 2, for someone who doesn't know what Richard Milles are, it could easily look like some watch from Amazon. Let's be real here. If we went to Amazon right here, look, and then we type in Richard Mille lookalike watches. We got this brand right here, Passoy luxury chronograph watch, $37, and it looks to an untrained eye absolutely abysmal. But still, people could think he was just wearing a $37 watch, realistically. But either way, I mean, he claims he didn't have insurance. It seems like he took a massive L there, and he also, like, you know, filed a police report and all that stuff. So for now, we'll take it at face value until something comes out that contradicts that. But, you know, he totally learned his lesson by going out and buying 2 more expensive chains. But the thing he doesn't realize is nobody cares about his chains.
Get your chain back. Come on, get your chain back, dog.
All right, first of all, those aren't even my chains, but whoever actually robbed me, you can keep them because I just bought 2 new chains for $500,000, so had to upgrade on them. But yeah, everyone thinks I had insurance on the first 2 chains. I didn't. You know, lesson learned, so I got insurance on these bad boys. Let's go.
But I guess while he goes out and spends an outrageous amount of money on some new chains, the only thing his comments and I guess community is talking about is how another streamer by the name of Lacy took his ex-girlfriend. And that also is really hurting his ego. So I guess this is where the story kind of progresses, but first, who is Lacy? Lacy is Nicholas Fosco. He's a Fortnite streamer who is also a new generation member of FaZe Clan, an esports organization and content creator group that has historically used shared living house space as a hub for content creation and collaboration, known as the FaZe House. But as I mentioned earlier, it seems like Jack's storyline intertwines with the FaZe Clan yet again. The dude showed up uninvited to their house once like he was a 13-year-old fan, and now, 8 years later, a FaZe member is dating his ex-girlfriend. So apparently after this breakup, McKinley moved on and started going on dates with Lacy. And of course, they were very public about it because, you know, this is all set up for content. This is all just one big top-of-the-line funnel for this chick to get subs on OF. It's blatantly obvious.
I don't know what's more beautiful, the fireworks or you.
I don't know if Lacy is like, you know, in on the shtick or not, or if he's just like blind to being used for that kind of stuff, but who knows? Either way, McKinley would appear on his streams. They'd be flirting all the time. He set up picnics for her. At the end of the day, he just wants to make content, and obviously he's getting the added bonus effect of, oh, look, he's bringing out Jack Doherty's ex-girlfriend, and, you know, the internet hates Jack, so it's kind of funny.
That makes roll.
Are you kidding me?
I had a little picnic on the beach. A little picnic on the beach. I had to set it up.
Nice.
Of course, of course.
Aww.
I don't know
This is the most romantic thing I've ever done.
Really? Yeah. This is a picnic.
I know.
And of course, Jack really reacts to this. And this is where his desperation starts to show. Because while standing right next to his now current girlfriend, Christina, Jack decided to donate to Lacy's stream. Not once, but at least twice.
If you gift some more subs. Gift a sub, chat. Gift 1 sub. That's all he's getting now.
They're closed for babies. I'm not going on that right after this. Yeah, I'm not going on a roller coaster after that being closed.
What's higher, chat? Body count or view count? No, I'm kidding.
Animal Kingdom. For both rides to be closed for babies. Are you kidding me?
And the petting zoo. Like everything you wanted.
To get them to a sub. 5 more incoming. 5 more subs incoming. Guys, should I gift more subs?
Okay, Drew, can you check the rides in Pandora? Wait.
Oh, he's right there, okay. Who? Baby.
Unbelievable.
W little baby. Show him.
Seriously,
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I mean, the secondhand embarrassment here is absolute mind-boggling. Like, imagine being so down bad for your ex-girlfriend that you're throwing money, not at her, but at the guy she's going on dates with, all while your current girlfriend is standing right next to you. I mean, no wonder this dude is out here saying he's spending $500,000 on chains, because clearly he really has to compensate for something. The bar was set so low, but this man just kept dropping it further down. And this wasn't the only time he caught wind from someone in his chat either, because there was another incident where kick streamer Jake Future commented on Jack's stream that he had gone on an E-date with McKinley back in 2022, and Jack responded like this.
Pull up, actually. I don't go. I'll fight you with my broken collarbone. You're such a like. I know the only muscles you have are in your little fingers, bro. Because you're such a keyboard warrior. You, all right? I'll your family.
I mean, the guy just can't help himself. Every time someone mentions McKinley, he has to engage. Even when his current girlfriend, Christiana, not Timu McKinley as his entire chat calls her, again, that must suck. Imagine you're dating this girl, it ends, you immediately find a new girl, and then your entire community refers to her as the Timu version of your ex.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Honestly, skill issue on him for cultivating that kind of audience. But back to McKinley and Lacy. She told a story about when she was still together with him and they were robbed at gunpoint. Jack, immediately after this traumatic experience, instead of comforting her, Jack showed up, stuck a camera in her face, and started filming. That is right on brand for this guy, honestly.
Where's all the money? He had a bag. He had a mask.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
He literally put it to my head. I almost died. Then he came out but stole my wallet. So like it wasn't that bad.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
That's gotta be traumatizing.
No, it's literally the most traumatizing thing ever, but
At least it wasn't on camera.
it was on camera.
Oh.
Not the robbery, but like after the fact.
What do you mean?
Like my ex literally filmed it after.
Oh, he didn't turn the stream off?
No. No.
Interesting.
He said he wanted me to tell a story to get clips on TikTok, and I said I don't care about that. And I was just like, I'm kind of like traumatized right now. You can literally find it on TikTok, but
That is... Yeah.
so if you and I work out, and if I got robbed, would you still stream?
First
like,
of all,
after?
if me and you worked out, you would never be in a position to get robbed.
But obviously, this isn't like a happy ever after love story either, because, you know, clearly this was a top of the line funnel to get attention, because it turns out while Lacy was saying, hey, he was all cuffed up with this girl and going out with McKinley.
Bro, listen, I'm locked in right now, bro. I'm cuffed.
Oh, no more girls. Wait, I didn't hear that. What did you say? You said you're cuffed?
No, I'm not cuffed. I'm hanging out with one girl right now.
Yeah, the one that the other dude, right? Yep.
She decided to use his image to promote her content on OF without his permission, allegedly. Lacy then had to clarify that they were just friends, nothing serious ever happened between them, and he had never appeared in any of her adult content. It was all, I guess, clickbait. So not only did she potentially break his heart, but she also kind of put him in a situation where he has a pretty good case against her if he decides to sue her. And this is definitely not the first time McKinley has used some questionable strategies, to say the least, to promote herself. Like this clip, she has a podcast type TikTok with a friend who says this.
Who's the most famous person you've done it with?
I actually only have one body, and it was Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, he's like my only body, but I have herpes now.
Are you kidding me? He really unleashed the beast.
Yeah, he unleashed my beast.
The bar was low, but really, they have to keep on lowering it? Is this really how we're promoting our content now? Really? Well, you don't need to be a part of an intelligence agency to know that this woman is lying through her teeth here. It's actually kind of baffling that they would actually be this reckless and go through and actually post this. As I didn't make up anything, but I still got sued. And you can take it from me, getting sued sucks. But honestly, after seeing that video, they kind of deserve it if they're lying like that just to promote her OF content. And of course, McKinley is friends with a girl who uses her younger brother, who is a minor, to promote her OF. So naturally, she goes for a similar strat.
Would you rather have this girl or this Urus?
I'm taking that Urus.
Urus?
Yep.
All right. Would you rather have this girl or this McLaren?
McLaren.
McLaren? Oh, okay. All right. Well, sorry. All right. Would you rather have this girl or this blue Lambo?
Lambo.
Still?
Still.
Not good enough for you?
No.
Oh my gosh.
So that video was actually made while she was dating Jack and, you know, signed or involved in his agency. So I wouldn't even be surprised if he orchestrated that. But using a 12-year-old to promote that kind of content is absolutely unacceptable. The signs were there all along, even before Lacy noticed. But this is apparently how Lacy responded to Jack's donations.
Jack Doherty calls Lacy broke, says he would never be able to afford what he can. Well, you think I'd give a... That's the issue with him, is he thinks everything in the world is about money when it's not. I'd rather have less money and be a decent human being than be him and have more money. That's what y'all are saying check calm for? You think I care what that little pipsqueak says about me?
Yeah, valid response. And this entire thing perfectly sums up everything wrong with Jack Doherty as a person and honestly as a content creator. Jack's only problem is he's built this entire personality around having money. So now that he's making less money, it's clearly very much eating at his ego. I feel like now that he's making less money, he's like overcompensating by like recklessly spending to show, hey guys, look, I still have money. I promise I still have money, guys. Even though, I mean, odds are this guy's set for life no matter what, but still, he treats relationships like business transactions. From time to time, he commits felonies on live streams without even thinking about the consequences. And I guess it's kind of understandable because these consequences haven't even caught up to him. Because I guess when you're also surrounded by yes men, your entire identity is based on getting reactions from others online, there's no real incentive to stop. Maybe someday things will eventually catch up to him, but who knows if he'll actually take that as an opportunity to mature. Either way, this will probably not be our last video on this guy because I have a feeling he's gonna do some absolute dumb shit in the near future. But I'm exhausted. I've been up all night. I gotta go sleep. So I'm gonna end the video. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll be back most likely in tomorrow's video with way more energy because it's like 7 in the morning. I've stayed up all night to make this video. So peace. Have a good one.